In the month of June, Ukraine launched a counteroffensive against Russia, seeking to regain control of key strategic territories. But was it really a counteroffensive? Russia's winter offensive failed, leaving Ukraine no counter to respond to. Now, Ukraine's well-trained but fresh conscripted soldiers are armed with state-of-the-art Western equipment, including Bradley IFVs and Leopard 2 tanks. Ukraine's military genius was showcased in the fall counteroffensive, a tactical masterpiece. But now, the situation has changed, with Russia fortified and better prepared. However, the situation isn't going as planned. Reports indicate that Ukraine's forces haven't achieved major breakthroughs, and Russia's assaults persist without relenting. So in this video, we'll delve into Ukraine's new counteroffensive. First, be sure to hit the like button. Covering war videos is not an easy feat on YouTube, as the algorithm doesn't like content that's not advertiser-friendly, so your likes play a huge role in reach of these videos. In preparation for the counteroffensive, Ukraine's military underwent a radical transformation. Thousands of soldiers underwent intensive NATO training programs across Europe and the United States. These fresh conscripts received advanced training, positioning them as formidable adversaries against even seasoned Russian soldiers, but it was the infusion of modern Western equipment that truly altered the battlefield dynamic. Ukraine has intensified its employment of drones and missiles in targeted attacks against the Russian-held region of Crimea. A substantial number of military assets have been definitively confirmed as lost, encompassing a staggering count of over 2,000 tanks among other heavy machinery. The numerical scale of these losses is extraordinary, with the tally of casualties surging to a noteworthy 223,000, and these losses occurred even before the Ukrainian counteroffensive began. The devastation is real, and the Russian military is struggling to hold its ground. Russia's lack of proper training, inadequate equipment replacements, and corruption among the higher ranks have further weakened its military capabilities. Meanwhile, international sanctions have crippled Russia's ability to access high-quality components, leaving them with subpar equipment. The T-55 tank debacle is just one example of how desperate the situation has become. Ukraine's Western equipment is proving its mettle. While losses occurred, they were well within anticipated levels. The critical point is this: Ukraine isn't losing, it is redefining the rules of engagement, because history shows that the battlefield rewards adaptability. Russia's artillery dominance has been a game changer, but Ukraine is strategically leveling the playing field. Ukrainian artillery, supported by Western precision, is systematically targeting Russian guns, narrowing the disparity and diminishing Russia's advantage. Ukraine is employing precision strikes beyond artillery, specifically targeting Russian logistics. These operations involve special forces and advanced weaponry to disrupt Russian resupply pathways, effectively weakening their capacity to support their military forces. Crucial bridges linking Crimea to Ukraine and Russia have been singled out for missile strikes, while logistics centers, command posts, and ammo storage sites have been hit with artillery fire. The overarching goal is evident: isolate Crimea to undermine Russia's capacity to sustain its mainland operations. This new strategy yielded results. Ukraine's steady gains and Russia's mounting pressure forced Russia to dig deeper into its arsenal. Losses in artillery and personnel compounded Russia's challenges. The outcome of these strikes remains uncertain in terms of achieving their intended outcomes. Feedback from U.S. military and intelligence sources displays a range of opinions on the effectiveness of this strategy. Privately, some officials expressed doubt, raising concerns about the allocation of resources and the potential negative impact on Ukraine's broader objectives. Given the fluctuating public support for Ukraine's cause, the stakes are at an all-time high. The United States has invested billions in supporting Ukraine's struggle. However, the U.S. believes that Ukraine's counteroffensive will fail to meet a crucial goal. The goal is to capture Melitopol city. So why is capturing Melitopol so crucial for Ukraine's ambitions? To understand this, we have to rewind to 2014 when Russia seized Crimea. For Ukraine to have any hope of reclaiming this territory, they first need to control Melitopol. Melitopol isn't just another city, it's a pivotal piece on the chessboard of this conflict. Situated in the southeastern region and currently under Russian control, its importance cannot be overstated. Melitopol is often referred to as the gateway to Crimea, and here's why. Two major highways intersect within Melitopol's borders, making it a critical crossroads for both civilian and military transportation. But beyond that, there's an important rail line that runs through the city. This rail line serves as a lifeline for Russia's military movements and the transportation of vital equipment. Controlling Melitopol would effectively cut off this artery, disrupting Russia's supply chains and putting a significant dent in their operational capabilities. You see, this city acts as a strategic launchpad for any potential military operation to retake Crimea. Without Melitopol, a campaign to recapture Crimea becomes even more challenging and risky. Ukrainian forces have positioned themselves outside the city, determined to make advances and retake control. However, this mission is proving to be more challenging than anticipated. The complexities of modern warfare and Russia's stubborn resistance have contributed to Ukraine's slow progress. Ukrainian troops and resources have been poured into this new strategy, and the cost is not just in terms of manpower and equipment, it's also in the precious time that's ticking away. As resources become depleted, the concern looms that Ukraine might not have enough in reserve to sustain this offensive in the long run. Every step is calculated. Each round fired signifies their unwavering resolve. To bolster its position, aggression, Ukraine is set to receive a significant boost in the form of American F16 Jets. While the green light has been given, it's important to note that Denmark and the Netherlands will provide these planes, and they won't be immediately pressed into service. Ukrainian pilots need thorough training, and this process is set to begin soon. However, language barriers and limited flight experience present formidable challenges. These jets won't grace the skies until 2024, but the question remains, will this aerial advantage turn the tide for Ukraine? While targeting Crimea's infrastructure remains crucial, Ukrainian military experts suggest maintaining focus on the broader counteroffensive. Beyond Crimea, the drone attacks on Russian military in Moscow hold multifaceted strategic value. They signal that the war isn't confined to just the battlefield. By making these attacks, Ukraine aims to bring the realities of the conflict closer to the Russian public, amplifying pressure on their government. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy has put forth the idea of referendum in contested regions overseen by the international community. Meanwhile, a different NATO official has suggested the possibility of Ukraine offering land in exchange for NATO membership. This particular proposal has been met with dissent and has generated considerable debate. As European leaders deliberate on finding middle ground, the future course for Ukraine continues to be intricate and indeterminate. Let's shift our focus to the military forces of Ukraine and Russia. Both Ukraine and Russia are facing challenges to maintain their armies, but their strategies couldn't be more different. Ukraine's rallying its citizens to overcome their fears and enlist, while Moscow is luring new recruits with financial rewards. But just how much can a career in Putin's army pay off? Vladimir Putin has been attempting to create an appealing image of war to attract potential soldiers. In his latest address to the nation, he proposed creating a special state fund to support the families of fallen fighters and veterans of military operations. But it's not just about the families, it's about the soldiers themselves. Here's the juicy bit. Soldiers get a one-time payment of around 1830 euros upon completing a year of duty, but that's just the beginning. Monthly salaries vary, ranging from 1910 to 2270 euros, which is over 3 times the average Russian salary. And that's not all. Bonuses are handed out for aggressive fighting and capturing territory. For each kilometer advanced in Ukraine, soldiers pocket an extra 470 euros. Plus, they get bonuses for capturing or destroying Ukrainian military equipment. But hold on, there's more. While the incentives are certainly enticing, there's a heavy price to pay on the battlefield. With the war ongoing, the human toll is undeniable. President Putin increased death benefits for fallen soldiers, providing their families with a payment of 47,577 euros. But by now, almost everybody knows that these promised payments don't always reach the families. The Russian government isn't stopping at just money. They're also offering a range of social benefits, including housing aid, free medical exams, treatment, and even health insurance. The whole family benefits, summer camp vouchers for kids, and preferred university placement for college-age children. It's a comprehensive package aiming to secure loyalty and support. Meanwhile, Ukraine has launched a military recruitment campaign that's calling on its citizens to overcome their fears. This campaign, fueled by a nation's determination and the spirit of bravery, is striving to address a critical challenge that Ukraine is currently facing in its efforts to strengthen its armed forces. Ukraine, amid its summer offensive entering its 3rd month, is tackling this challenge head-on. By putting a human face on the fears that every soldier experiences, the campaign is dismantling a significant obstacle in Ukraine's army recruitment efforts. In her clarifications, Deputy Defense Minister Hanna Maliar emphasizes that updating personal data is a duty shared by military-aged citizens and that bravery is the key to victory. As the Russia-Ukraine war nears its 18-month mark, the urgency for recruitment becomes even more palpable. Ukraine is strongly committed to protecting its independence, but there are significant obstacles that they currently face. The ongoing phase of the war requires a steady flow of new soldiers. However, Deputy Defense Minister Maliar explains that just because the personal information is being updated, it doesn't mean everyone will be mobilized, and not all those who are called will end up fighting on the front lines. Ukraine emphasizes that this is more than a mere request for military duty. It is an appeal to overcome fears and confront challenges head-on. The campaign's slogans, like "Bravery conquers fear," and the heartfelt words of soldiers who have fought on the front lines, echo the message loud and clear. Fear is natural, but courage and unity can overcome it. Concerns about corruption and unethical methods have led Ukrainian Deputy Defense Minister Maliar to confront this matter. In pursuit of this objective, President Volodymyr Zelensky has recently removed the leaders of regional recruitment centers, demonstrating a commitment to eliminating misconduct and impropriety, emphasizing the significance of maintaining a principled system, particularly in times of conflict. President Zelensky highlighted the need for integrity. As we close this glimpse into the harsh reality of Ukraine's new counteroffensive, it's evident that the struggle is far from over. These soldiers and medics are fighting not just for land, but for the very essence of their nation. Ukraine's determination and international support are the driving forces behind its progress. That's it for today. But lastly, we We do want to go over a recent hot take that we have seen in the comments recently. Someone said it's nearly impossible to be successful on YouTube as an average person. We personally think it couldn't be further from the truth. Let us explain. To be successful on YouTube, you don't need to be knowledgeable about YouTube. You need to be knowledgeable about the subject matter you want to cover. If you are someone who is passionate and knowledgeable about a topic, then you already have what it takes to create a successful channel. If this is you, and you ever wanted to create a YouTube channel, then we have a free 5-day email guide for you that will help you get started on YouTube. Just scan the QR code on the screen or go to the link in the description. Guide will be sent directly to your email, and you can get started on your journey as a YouTuber talking about what you love.